right, we are going into this interesting game of Game 3. Um, I I'm still a little distracted by the draft, if I'm honest.
Yeah, yeah, I would be a little caught up too. Definitely Hypnotic Gaming showing well-rounded draft, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
I
as
Hypnotic
HKV is being
has
very bold here with
already invading
invading.
on Vision of Syndra. So Zyra can do something about this if it's properly communicated.
Yeah, but I don't.
Specifically going into blue side and taking for themselves.
This feels really bad if you're fourth here too, because not having the first rotation Raptors in your first clear is just so much gold behind already. It's just gonna delay.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. We'll have to see how. I think uh, what Elegy's primary win con here is lane bullying. If they can get the win out, if they can hard stomp their lanes, then it can potentially be enough to snowball the game despite the several problems that their comp has.
Yeah, as we see trading coming out on Homie already, that's huge damage coming out on the Ziggs.
And it looks like something similar happened in the bot lane with nothing really of note happening. No flash. Actually, I lied. Senna burned flash and looks like heal for that.
Interesting trading for sure coming out.
Yeah. Gnar will be extremely oppressive to this Scion early game without any ganks coming in from uh, the Xin Zhao. And it also, I do think that Xin Zhao's invade actually hurt him more than it helped him. Specifically, it hurts the Scion, because now it's a lot harder for Xin Zhao to path towards his top side, which means Scion will be left on his own a lot longer. I think it can be okay, but Gnar is an extremely oppressive champion, especially early. Uh, I'm will say I'm iffy on Conquer. I'm iffy on Conquer on Gnar. I personally love Fleet or Grasp, but I can see the vision with Conquer. I'm
Yeah,
just a
I
little
would
iffy on it personally.
I would definitely prefer Fleeter Grass as we see Homie is just and HKV is gonna look to do something as Stanfield engages. The first blood's gonna come out bot side though. Holy no you lol. It's just gonna snipe Senna as HKV is gonna find the Syndra. Can he find Zyra on course? Double kill's gonna go out for HKV. Holy, this is not the start LG Nova wants, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, this I said it before how they wanted the early lead scaling and oppressing their lane opponents going to the late game. Immediately having multiple of their teammates die is not the start they want. I think that with Senna Jinx specifically, they can try to scale into the late game, but without a real front line. Yes, I'm not counting Gnar as a front line. Without a real front line to help peel for them in the late game, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to get any sort of value.
I agree. And I also feel like it's just gonna be hard for LG Nova also to find pressure now, given how that trade just went for Hypnotic Gaming.
Yeah, no, that's already a kill on the Caitlyn and 2 kills on the Xin Zhao, which is one of their primary ways that they are going to use in teamfights to dive onto the backlines. Zyra coming in for, I think it's the 3rd gank in mid already, looking for Homie on the Ziggs, but just uses the bomb to escape.
Yeah, and that's
Looks
the
like
art of
there's
Zig. Like,
potentially something looking for something bot lane, but might just go for the invade. Both extremely effective. Zyra is right there, but I don't think she can really do much about this.
No, homie. Oh my God. Working
The
on dying is
ult
just
coming
gonna.
out from working on dying to take down Homie.
Oh, Korth is just gonna get Grom stolen in front of his face. HKB is gonna find the trade. Beautiful. Gonna come. Korth is
Zyra
just gonna
is going to
die.
die there. Senna not
Oh
looking
no,
in a
you
great
go.
spot. 2 perma CC
Oh.
kill going to the Caitlyn. 5-1 in favor of Hypnotic Gaming. This is
Oh
already
no.
an extremely rough start.
I agree. This
Zyra's
is.
already 0-2. Senna's also already 0-2. The TP coming out from Gnar to get back to lane to try to break up a potential freeze from Pump.
Yeah, if Tippy would get the lane for Ozo, that would really feel bad for the Gnar because effectively it would give another lane to Hypnotic Gaming. To
I will
just
say I don't,
detonate.
with the very little attention that Sion is receiving from jungle, it would be extremely difficult for Sion to freeze into Gnar without getting poked out for most of his health bar.
I agree. I also feel like if working on dying can find a good roam window against the Sigs somehow, it could really help the pairing with the Syra if they look for a lane again. But I do think working on dying is definitely those pivotal champions in this game, as Tippy's just gonna run down as Gnar. Holy, as we see the power of the little York Primordial doing his thing.
I love Gnar so much. He was the first, he was the second champion I made. I love the little guy. And he's extremely impressive, especially into tanks, including Sion.
Yeah, his passive just does him wonders, especially if he